Hey everyone, welcome back to Sus to Sell. My name is Heem, that's Nick, and today we actually gonna react to a video where somebody spends $20,000 for getting stem cells for 30 days. And it's kind of interesting. We're gonna see like what he did it for, like how it works out, and the science behind it. We'll probably pause and talk a little bit here and there.
But yeah, no, it's gonna be great. Him and I were just kind of scrolling the internet today, and he texted me, he's like, "Dude, I found this sick video. Like, we should kind of react to it." And I was like, "Let's do it." So, before we start the video, we just want to say thank you guys for the support. We've seen your views, likes. We got a couple new subscribers, and we just want to say thank you. If you're new here, Him and I post, once a week. We just love talking about like, really cool science stuff. We have some really cool guests on. So if you're interested in it, hit the like button, comment at us, subscribe. And we just want to say thank you guys for the support. So without, going any further into it, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we are going to get started with this video. So $20,000 for stem cells for 30 days. Let's see how it goes. Let me make sure. Just let me know if it's too loud on your end and I can turn it down on YouTube.
These are stem cells, a groundbreaking achievement in modern medicine
Good.
that I'm going to be using for the next 30 days. These are supposed to do things such as repair tissue, make your vision better, and even improve some extracurricular activities, if you know what I mean. Along with some other benefits that I'm not even smart enough to explain, which is why I invited Dr. Mark to help explain some science.
Hi, my name is Dr. Mark Fedorczyk. I've been involved with doing stem cells for almost 10 years now.
The first thing we had to do was get an x-ray of my spine. This was going to pinpoint exactly where my injury was. And if you're wondering how I got injured, let's just say it's not very wise to try to keep up with strongmen in a strength competition.
We're going to hope that they go in there and actually repair.
Okay, so clearly, guys, he hurt his spine doing something stupid.
Yeah.
So they're going to go in and try to repair some of that tissue. Probably, I'm going to guess with a spine x-ray or an MRI, they're going to look at like his discs, probably in between his spine to repair that tissue.
I'm gonna see what VitaCell is. Like
Yeah,
that's
look it
the
up.
company.
Yeah.
VitaCell Biologics. They're like pure MSC derived stem cells. So they have a bunch of
We've talked about
stuff. I guess
we've talked about
I
MSCs on this
guess
channel before.
yeah, we can spend a whole episode about this. He actually makes one of these. He actually uses this on other athletes too. Like on
Yeah,
the
that'd be
website
super
you can
cool.
see all about it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's keep watching.
Yeah, let's go.
The damaged tissue from years of lifting.
See this big hole? What do you see here?
Small hole.
You have a solid pinched nerve. Our idea is to get this back in place, close the fibers, your back is good to go.
Okay.
Sound good?
Sounds like a solid deal to me. We're about to get stem celled up, and the treatment's about to go down, so I'll see you on the other side. Now, I can't actually show you guys the injection, but let's just say when I got the stem cells put in my body, I let out a scream that sounded a little like this. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Now, stem cells aren't necessarily meant for muscle growth. However, I was curious over the next 30 days to see how my body would change, including my height. I sure hope I get taller. Not sure if that's what they do, but hey, a short king can hope, right? However, what I was really curious about was how much I could extend my lower back. This was the main trigger of my pain. I was going to test it every so often to see if my range of motion would improve and thus seeing if stem cells actually work. But what are stem cells?
Stem cells are actually cells that come from the umbilical cord. Little umbilical cord is filled with millions and millions of stem cells, and they have the ability to restore, repair, regenerate, supplement almost any tissue in the body. Years and years ago, there was an ethical issue of where the actual stem cells came from. Today, that issue no longer exists because the FDA has put forth very, very heavy regulated rules.
And while that's a very thorough explanation by Dr. Mark, here's exactly what I experienced on day one of my stem cell injection.
I know this is going to sound insane, but I feel like there is something inside of my body and it is alive. It feels like there's a warmth going up my entire back. I was sitting on the couch earlier and I felt something really weird.
We have a problem. I sat up just before and had a major back spasm where I was just like, ugh, felt like I was getting electrocuted. So I texted the doc.
It turns out this is completely normal.
It is safe to say I am definitely a hypochondriac.
Chondriac.
What?
Hypochondriac.
Hypochondriac.
That would just be like that would just be more of like a not like an adverse event, but just like a side effect probably. I think whenever somebody gets like let's take any spinal injection, like a spinal tap to get any cerebral spinal fluid, or like an epidural for, a woman giving birth, like I feel like you're gonna have those spasms no matter what. But let's just keep watching and see what happens.
I thought that was
Feeling in
interesting. I've never heard of like a whole warmth going down your spine. Like he must be feeling like a lot of like inflammation in that area, like a lot of immunomodulatory stuff happening from the stem cells. So that's
My only
crazy
thing
though.
is like
You
I
can
wonder how
actually
other
feel it.
people. I know some people who have had like platelet rich, what is it?
Plasma.
PRP, yeah, platelet rich and plasma, like injections in like knees and ankles, and I wonder if they have like that same kind of feeling, like once they get it.
I
All right, let's keep watching.
yeah.
Head, I just started feeling things different. It feels like all the way up my spine, like all the way up my back and my muscles. It's just warmer than usual. I can't describe what I'm feeling. I think we're gonna see some insane stuff happen over the next 30 days. Ow! Do not do that!
It is day 2, and I just gotta say, how's it hanging, guys?
Upon x-ray, we found out that he had some decrease in his disc height.
See these little strings right here?
Yep.
Those are the fibers that hold it in place. When they tear, whether it's due to trauma or lifting too much, look what happens. That pops right out.
Decompression is perfect because it'll actually help separate the joints.
It's good for the back. It's good for the back. Oh my God! Oh my God!
And there's a thing called a vacuum phenomena that takes place that literally sucks a disc back in.
What a way to start the morning, man. All the blood is pooling in my head.
And as that disc sucks back in, the fibers that hold the disc in will literally heal closed.
All right, I gotta get up. I no longer am feeling the weird warm sensation in my back as I did yesterday. Today, it just feels a little fatigued. So I'm hoping that the stem cells are already kicking in and we're starting to recover a little faster, but obviously we really don't know until 30 days.
Stem cells are kicking in.
How would working out impact my recovery process? First stem cell workout about to go down. What better way to do it than to train chest?
If you have traumatic injury where something's torn, you have to give it time.
Overpriced filler and marketing hype
ads.
don't improve supplements. So stop paying for them.
To heal.
Essentially, I was gonna have to use only machines, as free weight exercises like barbell back squat and barbell bench press are gonna be using way too many stabilizing muscles that my body is currently healing. In all seriousness, I know it's only been 24 hours, but I genuinely just feel good. Like, my body does feel recharged. And before you guys start screaming placebo,
Bruh.
here's what Dr. Mark had to say on the topic.
It's amazing that some people will feel the effects literally within 24 to 48 hours. Stem cells actually attack inflammation first. So as soon as you take inflammation out of any joint in the body, you almost immediately feel better.
Even though we can only train machines,
That's very true, especially if he's talking about if this company uses MSCs, like that's totally believable. It's totally believable.
let's just say the revenge arc has begun. Day 3, woke up, noticed that I smelt really funny. I smelt last night and I was like, there's no way this is normal. So I just asked Dr. Mark if this is a side effect of stem
Bro,
cells.
is he texting
told me
his
that
doctor?
no, they don't make you smell.
Yeah.
You're funny. If it happens again, my professional advice would be take a shower. Note taken. After that, I did my decompressions, tested my back mobility, and we're still just, it's not feeling the best today, but we're making some progress. I took it really easy in my workout, but that probably just shows me that I have to literally take it even easier, which really, really sucks. That means today is going to be an off day. Every gym bro's worst nightmare. There is only one good thing that we can do on a rest day.
Snuggle.
That's snuggling. Maybe something else, babe. Day 4, your boy's feeling like Batman looking at Gotham City. I'm feeling rejuvenated. I'm feeling refreshed. My back is feeling quite good. I can lean back pretty far.
That's actually
and I
pretty
have
great.
Minimal pain. Yesterday was
Yeah.
definitely worse, but today we are feeling better. I am what you call a gym junkie. I cannot be told to not work out. I cannot be told to take rest days. I am resilient to that. I gotta do all machines, no squatting. I'm praying to the Gains God that I can squat soon. Sucks. You gotta do what you gotta do to keep the physique and keep the mind
just
okay.
take
Because
it
honestly, without
slow,
the gym, I'd
especially after you
probably
get something like this.
lose my mind. Come on.
Oh, no, I'm kidding. Gotcha. On day 5, my back was holding up quite well. I stayed consistent with the inversion table and even adopted some core exercises to increase my spinal stability. However, I was definitely craving some strength training.
It's insane how much you want something when you cannot have it. Like training normal is the only thing on my mind. Do not take your health for granted.
On day 6, I was able to film a video with the world's strongest monk, where I didn't injure myself despite his best effort.
Day 7 of the stem cell journey. Today we are going to be doing a cold plunge in nature. Now listen, first 7 days of this challenge, I was not allowed to do any cold plunging because the inflammation is what draws all of the attention from the stem cells, and the inflammation is your body's natural reaction to healing itself. By the end of this challenge, I'm all the way in. I'm going to be a freaking beast.
Like, Heem, do you think after a week, you think these stem cells are still active in the body? Or are we thinking that now we're looking at a time where they've been kind of taken out of the question, and you can think that they've attracted the right properties, such as, like, if we're calling it inflammation, we're going to bring, we're going to take away the immune system and any kind of like adverse reactions to any inflammation. But do you think that, the MSCs might be gone and his body has just now adjusted, or do we really think that, they're still in there working?
So two things, I think, yeah, like it's probably worked its course and now it's like just sent the body's area, that specific area, in the right direction. And another thing is, like, I think there's like a misconception about inflammation. And all inflammation is not bad. Stem cells actually are like in the beginning, they're pro-inflammatory because they need to attract all the right healing stuff. So they will cause more inflammation, cause more fluidity, and bring all the right stuff to you. And then they're anti-inflammatory in the fact that they heal it and then they kind of like disperse everything. So then it's back to its normal state. So now that he's able to do cold plunges, probably means that his stem cells are no longer like in their peak performance mode because they're done with their pro-inflammatory thing. And like now that he's doing cold plunges, which is anti-inflammatory, it's actually helping his body go back to the anti-inflammatory state. So yeah, I
Yeah.
think it probably worked its course. But I really wonder, do you think it was just one injection?
I
Or
think I don't think he went in for multiple. I think he would tell us if he was going about like 15 days. But he's a gym bro.
Yeah.
He wouldn't do that. He couldn't lift anymore. Right.
Okay.
But in all seriousness, I agree with you in the fact that, they were that heat he was probably feeling in his spine was probably the pro-inflammatory action of those MSCs. And now that he's feeling good, I'm sure that the inflammation has subsided. All of the immune cells are out of there, and he can now kind of go back into a little bit better, form and have a little bit more function. That's why we're seeing his back being able to bend, and he's, able to kind of go back to normal life. All right, let's keep watching.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Every recovery tactic I'm using to transform my body, okay? The stem cells, they're gonna do something, but everything together, I will be superhuman.
With added recovery tactics of the cold plunge, along with some new methods such as the sauna, my workouts were feeling so much better.
Things are feeling really good. My body feels amazing, but my ego is absolutely shattered because Brandon, Mr. Chicken Legs,
Smallest legs in all of Maryland.
and they're stronger than mine. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that they're stronger than mine right now. We're doing everything I can and training as hard as possible and as smart as possible.
Weirdly enough, halfway through the challenge, I was looking at this pole, and for some reason, it just started to look clearer than it used to. My eyes have keratoconus disease, which pretty much means they are deteriorating in a way that they're gonna get worse and worse with vision over time. And I didn't know if it was placebo or if my eyes were actually getting better. But something changed.
All right, today is a good day. My back is feeling so much better. I have a feeling that I'll be squatting and doing things.
I also want to point out that with these added therapies that he's doing, such as like the spinal decompression and, cold plunges, and he's clearly like a very active guy. Like, I wouldn't be confident in saying that the MSCs like worked like this miracle. I would say that they played a very, very important part in his recovery. I don't know if you agree, but I think that we got to stop looking as a society at stem cells as, the silver bullet to all of our problems. to where we can look at them almost like just any other medicine that can help push the body in a certain direction to make you feel better.
Also, with this whole eye thing he's talking about, that's a little bit going off the rails. But at the same time,
Yeah.
if you think about biology, stem cells, like literally, their job is to look for things that are wrong and fix them. So if
Hmm.
you inject something in your body, there's a chance that hundreds or thousands of these cells go in your circulatory system from where you injected them, and they go to other parts of the body. And when they go to like, they see that something's wrong in your eye, but which is so like his disease that he has affects more the like really outside part of the eye where there's no like blood vessels and even so how do the
Right.
cells even get there? So I mean he's kind of like just adding something else to show that okay, stem cells are this magical thing, but I don't think it works quite like that.
No, I agree. I think that a lot of this is just going to be happens chance. He says
Yeah.
don't talk about placebo effect, but
I hear
we might be
you.
getting into a little bit of placebo going into 2 weeks after a treatment. One thing I'm also interested in is at the very beginning of the video when his significant other, whether it's his girlfriend, fiance, or wife, like rip the tape off of his like inner elbow. Do we think that this is just platelet rich plasma, or do we really think that they
Ooh.
took a bone marrow aspiration, spun out some MSCs, and put them in his back?
So I
Because
from a quick glance,
I feel like if he had an aspiration from like let's say his hip, which is where you normally take bone marrow aspirations from, I feel like he would have definitely mentioned that.
well, I don't know, but from a quick glance at the website, they this seems like they do use MSCs and not just
Okay.
PRP. I'm sure PRP is added therapy, but like I don't think it's only PRP.
Okay. Well, let's just keep watching. Let's see what happens in his journey.
Things very, very soon. Things are about to get good. All right, guys, we're getting a whole evaluation right now. I'm with the best chiropractor in the East Coast, okay? We hunted him down. We're gonna be doing an evaluation of my entire
Sorry.
body, seeing where we're at, knowing that my body was in a rough shape on day one. Hopefully it looks a little better, but we'll see.
And we can see that there is some shift here off to the left side.
Yeah.
Normally we have a nice smooth curve here, so these are kind of lining up, lining up, lining up. And when you get to L5 relative to the sacrum, this vertebrae is shifting backward
Wow.
significantly.
There's like
So-
no space at all.
Yeah, that's your biggest problem there.
Eventually, what I was going to have to do is spinal decompression therapy as well as have frequent chiropractic adjustments.
Awesome.
Oh yeah. Well, turns out they got a hell of a lot more issues than I thought. We got a lot to work on and a long way to go. For the remainder of this challenge, I stuck with a very strict routine. Inversion table, cold plunge, light training, repeat. I was consistent with my chiropractic appointments, and Dr. Adolph's treatment did wonders to help my recovery process. I didn't deviate from the plan whatsoever. Some days were good. I'm gonna show you guys something, all right? Are we seeing that? That is insane. Some days were bad. My back is not feeling as it did yesterday. I think it is way too soon to start barbell pressing. Overall, I was trying my best to stay optimistic and
that
just
an
focus on the
airplane
goal
bathroom?
of healing my
I think
back.
so.
Last few days of the traveling on the plane and all of the videos has put my body in a complete shock. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't feel that good recovery-wise.
See, in my opinion, and I'm not a doctor, I'm not a strength and conditioning coach. I'm just happen to be somebody who played sports. Like when you get
You're
something
doing
like
too
this
much.
and you have such an issue, especially with that in that L5, like lower back, it's gonna take a lot more rest and therapy than just like decompression tables in the morning and some chiropractor work and stem cell injection. I think that he hit his high, he hit his peak, right after his injection, and he felt good for a week. But in my personal opinion, I think he went too hard, too fast. And yeah, I can see why he'd probably be feeling bad, especially as he's
Yeah.
dumbbell pressing 85 pounds. Like that's a lot of strain on every single muscle in your body, especially when you put your legs up on the bench like that. You have no ground. It's all back and chest. So That's my opinion. Again, I'm not a doctor, but I think that he might have just rushed in a little too fast.
I agree. Especially after something so
Definitely
traumatic.
nowhere
Yeah,
near
I
as
totally
strong as I
agree.
once was with the dumbbell press, but just the fact that I can move some free weights once again, I can pick up weights off the rack and walk with them, is a amazing sign of progress. It has been way too long for this moment, okay? 6 weeks since I've squatted. I'll literally break my back or be a champion right now. Oh my God, dude. Absolutely no pain. We're back, baby. We are back. Day 26. If you were to tell me that I'm injured.
I have a device that I use, but
here's
it's
Joe
basically
Rogan.
like a half of a rubber ball that I put in my mouth.
Injured right now, I literally
Joe
wouldn't
Rogan.
believe you. I have a pain level of 0 today. Have you ever heard of somebody with a bulged disc and many problems throughout their whole entire back heal in 26 days? I don't think so. This is miraculous. Day 30 of the transformation, baby.
Good to see you.
Okay, you know what? I am feeling absolutely amazing.
We
You
see it
knew
all-
it was gonna happen.
We see it all the time.
Hell yeah.
Which I'm super happy for you. You're young. You're going to be fine. You can actually right now get back into your full routine.
In conclusion, in 30 days, I was able to heal my back and mitigate a lot of the pain that I was feeling. My muscles got slightly bigger, however, I'm not gonna credit that to stem cells. More so me doing hypertrophy training as opposed to strength training. My day 30 x-ray showed less compression on my disc, which is a massive improvement and should help the recovery process down the road. Day 1, my vision sucked. On day 30, my vision sucked less. Not an insane improvement, but for my eyes to get better at all was just mind-blowing. I am so grateful this challenge was a success, and I encourage you, if you have the means, please check out stem cells. They seriously did wonders for me, and they can probably do it for you.
You know, the great part about working with VitaCell, it's given me an opportunity to help more people. In the 30 years I've been practicing, I've never seen anything change people's lives like stem cells. I look forward to the future. I look forward to people like Jesse, who is actually putting this out there to help people. His journey go from a guy who's been in pain, who can't do the things he used to
That's
do.
us.
To
We're putting
a
it
guy
out
who's
there.
actually doing a lot more. We hope in the future that this will be available to everyone. It's an exciting time for the future. The future is regenerative medicine.
When looking into getting stem cells, you want a very reputable company. And honestly, this is why I went with VitaCell Biologics. There are top tier arm wrestling athletes and other athletes within the fitness industry that use them. So I wanted to team up with the very best. They have offices all around the country that literally might be right near you. So if you are interested, click the first link in my description, give them a call and let them know that I sent you, and they will take great care of you guys. So thank you, VitaCell Biologics, for being a great company to work with and also be a patient.
Okay, well now I can't tell if this was like legit or just like an ad, but it's cool. It is still really cool.
And
I'm gonna stop
he paid
sharing.
$20,000. That's
Yeah, stem
probably
cells.
like X-ray included and administration charges and everything. But dude, that's actually quite a bit, to be
Stem cells are
honest.
not cheap, to say the least. But
20K. To be honest, that's like I did not expect 20K for one injection.
stem
Like I
cells
didn't
are
expect
expensive,
that.
dude. We know how much therapies and that kind of stuff are. Joe.
That's true,
I
but
get it. I wonder, now we should probably do some more investigating on, what is it, VitaCell? We should probably look into them and see kind of what they do and, you know, if they're FDA regulated and all this kind of stuff, because it's really interesting. I have a feeling that it's probably more platelet rich plasma than it is MSCs, but no, still a really cool video. Glad we got to watch it. If you guys made it this far, I hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, really interesting to see, you know, how the weeks progressed. I still think that he might have gone a little too hard at the beginning and all the way through. I think that the stem cells played a role in his recovery, but they were not the, you know, the golden ticket to him being able to bend his back. I think a lot of it has to do with that chiropractor and, you know, the decompression in his therapy that he did on his own.
yeah.
So interesting video though. Good find.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's entertaining. That's like this, that's what we need in this regenerative medicine space is entertainment. because scientists and PhDs talking about like and doctors talking about stuff is just not it. Like we need
Yeah.
to see fun, entertaining. Like we play Jeopardy, you know? Like who knows like if anyone even like is interested, but still it's like a direction towards being more entertaining in the space. So I enjoy
Absolutely.
doing this kind of stuff.
No, it's good. We need to venture out and like look at some more stuff and kind of see what other people are saying about it because it's just these are just two guys. This podcast is just two guys with our own opinions and kind of taken with some stuff that we've learned.
Yep.
Not that we're at some random place. I mean, we're literally taking classes and getting degrees, and you have your degree from a place that's the National Regenerative Medicine Center in the nation. So yeah, it's super cool, super interesting. So all right, well that's it. You got anything else, Ian?
That's all, man. Thanks, Nick.
Hey, no, dude. I'll credit you for finding the video. It was a great find. So if you guys made it this far, thank you very much for watching. Let us know if you like this kind of like format. Heem and I enjoy it. We always are surfing the web and trying to learn new things and find other people's opinions. So yeah, this has been another episode of Cells to Cell. I'm Nick, and that's Heem, and we'll see you guys next time.
See ya.